First gun round, we have Dubs who's gonna pick long fast. Just to test the waters a little bit. Nothing happens. He gets some molly damage, but that's pretty much it. In the meantime, what's happening is NRG is doing default from tunnels. They wanna do a fail-safe clear. George is top mid. But Dubs taking that info that FaZe molly then flashed probably indicates it's more people towards long. So that means there's nobody gonna be short, no boosts, given that FaZe don't have op. So energy speeds up a little bit. And that's why Dubs' info early on was important. That also gives the ability to George to go from top mid all the way and play somewhat ballsy. Lower tunnels clear, smoke for double door, which was the best. He had someone contested there. Energy would be in trouble. In the meantime, this is gonna be FaZe's setup. Twist is gonna be boosted in CT. That's the way they're gonna be defending mid to B split. And Frozen is in B, and he still has a smoke. In case he needs to block, he is using as much time as he can in order to save that smoke. And once the execute commences, he's gonna block them. On A side, they wanna do this kind of setup where Carrigan is in Goose. He's gonna be doing the flash play. And we have Brocky who's on scout. He's gonna play classic position, classic setup in car. And we have, pay attention to this, Jacob is the most important guy in this round. You'll see why. Jacob is playing around pit still, which is perfectly fine. So what's the util left? Smoke HE flash on Brocky, Frozen, smoke flash. On the other hand, Energy pretty much has all the util needed to do something. They wanna make sure there's nobody mid close. This smoke was Brocky's, he did it from car. But Energy decide to go up short, and this is the way they're gonna be doing their execute. Frozen, because it's already late round, uses his smoke on B, but soon they realize there's nothing there. So classic execute. Brocky almost gets caught off guard here. Carrigan does the flash, he's gonna kill one guy, but pay attention to this here. Jacob gets caught off guard as pit guy, and Dubs wins this crucial duel against him. I would agree that Brocky should have been more cautious, and probably he should have looked to tag the first guy with scout. Let that out of the picture for a second. In this kind of setup, where you have one guy in Goose, you have one guy in car, and you have one guy here, you definitely need to expect somebody lurking from long, at least to exhaust that possibility within 10 seconds if this guy is gonna pop or not. The worst thing that can happen is exactly what happened to Jacob. You get caught off guard, you get killed for free. So this is the most crucial duel here, and the whole round falls apart if you fail to kill this guy. Now, this shouldn't be simplified as, yeah, it's a normal duel, that's it. No, you need to wait for that guy, because you have one guy in Goose. Yes, Carrigan had to pick and he died. And you have one more guy in car. These guys need to stall the T's. So you wait this guy out, you kill him, and then that's the moment you go and help your teammates. Let's be clear. Jacob, he's mechanically really gifted, really skilled. But this might be a situation where he's just inexperienced. For these kind of important games, you cannot let yourself do these kind of things. No steps here. No steps here, man. Even if you guys die on A, they don't trade each other, whatever happens, no steps here. Again, let's watch Brocky. I don't like the fact he got caught off guard here and he's put down to 22 HP. Doesn't tag anyone. Doesn't do anything to Daps as well, who's 34 HP. This should have been his kill. But I observed this round more on a team level. No individuals and stuff like that. Patience. You guys have 3 guys on A. Even if Carrigan dies, doesn't mean anything. Wait this guy out long, clear long, then you can focus on one side only. Nobody can kill you in the back. From Twist POV, rightfully so, he's aware that somebody might come from mid. Even he tries to do much. Now imagine if Brocky and Jacob didn't die to Dubs. If they at least had 1-for-1 there. It's 2v2 with Frozen coming, and you have the round. This guy who traded, he can go all the way long, and you can play 2v2. Again, I don't want to talk shit. I'm sitting at home. These guys are playing the major. But just because I like them that much, this is why I get frustrated with things like this. Somebody could come and say, oh, it's a minor mistake. This is a major mistake. And I believe even if they themselves rewatch it, they probably did. They're going to address all of the things similarly to what I explained to you. Next round, FaZe changes the pace. They want to push mid. They know NRG cannot have up. They push all the way. Twist sees George in long. Frozen. He has suicide, wins that duel. Let's have an overview of this. Rocky covering from shot. Two guys long in case they come. Two guys pushing mid. Now here's the problem. If NRG reacts on B, who's gonna stop them? Nobody. Because there's nobody on B. Carrigan does smoke and does molly, tries to challenge and dies. In my opinion, probably it's easy to say. Molly tunnels, try to go side and play around the smoke in case they react that way. Buy enough time. Either that or simply play B retake. This molly doesn't do anything. He probably didn't expect Molotov to be this bad. Rocky dies to bro as well. Dings him but dies because AK is stronger. Energy take B side and that one man advantage turns into a man disadvantage. But this is the thing. If you expect them to react B and they do this lurk smoke, you cannot stop them with smoke. Probably you wouldn't be able to stop them with molly, but you'll force them to use their own smoke to extinguish it and then push. Meanwhile, play car, they didn't smoke double door, play side, try to stall them. Again, this is probably an easy thing to say, but they have this kind of trend where they get an entry and they lose that advantage somewhat easy. Next round they go eco. This round early on, Frozen gets op-tagged 26 HP since the beginning of the round. Early in this round, Dubs is gonna take long on his own. I don't really like that they just give space that easily. But hey, it's okay. I mean, you cannot know how many of them are long. Now look at this. This is the difference between when Carrigan is taking long and when Jacob is taking long. Carrigan is not gonna fall on any bullshit long. He's gonna try to clear it solo to see if it's actually somebody taking it, how many, if it's a fake. This is a valuable info. I don't know why Jacob doesn't have that kind of, maybe this is something they talk, maybe his confidence is a bit lower now. But still, this is a comparison I wanted to let you guys see. Because even if Carrigan saw what's happening long, he would get that info even if he died. Still, again, I believe if there were 17 flashes long, he wouldn't have picked like this. He would fall back. But minimum util and one guy picking is not gonna let long be taken that easily. We have a nice setup by Rocky and Jacob, insane 2 frags. I'm telling you, this guy has sick aim, sick mechanics. Just needs to free up and not think about, oh, what if I do a bad move? I mean, top CS is, again, all about good and bad moves. But if you don't make a bad move, you won't be able to learn from it. You know what they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. FaZe decide not to push Exotic and Sonic here. They're gonna let them save. Let's see if this op save is gonna come back to bite them on the butt cheeks. Now this round here is a little bit unlucky, I have to say, because NRG goes for a heavy long take. Jacob, Carrigan and Rocky will be fighting for long, Rocky supporting them. Now the biggest problem here was George came around the corner just as third flash popped. He was the guy doing smoke, util, and he kills Carrigan. The next thing that was really unlucky was Dubs killing Rocky like this. That's really unlucky for Rocky. And then Twist and Frozen, they try to salvage this, but the timing is awful for Frozen as George already went up ramp. He kills both Frozen and Twists. Now look at this. This is something that makes sense. Jacob expects a heavy long push again because he saw one guy and there are flashes. He probably heard somebody coming close as well. In this moment he saw bro behind Molotov. He doesn't have Molotov for blue, so he needs to back off. Luckily for him now, he manages to spam 2 guys through smoke. They decide to leave long, block it with smokes, and go back to short. Still Jacob, this is a really nice play. He is inside, he has a smoke. Once energy smoke off cross, he's gonna use this one to defend and to block them and to try and play around it. Let's see how Brocky manages this duel. Nobody hits their shot. Again, Dubs through the smoke. Twist is coming from city. It's gonna be a bad idea if he goes up on the boost box. That means he's dead. They wait Carrigan out because he's coming from long. But I have to praise this move by Carrigan because he knows it's 3 of them here. In a 3v5, these are really less likely to have an op posted here so he can hold side because you need to clear everything and you need to trade each other. It's more likely that op is gonna stay around car somewhere here to cover his teammates or maybe even go close to them again so they can trade because they don't have the luxury of being set up from afar and just to hold angles if CT is peeking to him. So look at how this Carrigan's flank is important for the round. And of course, how his teammates wait him out. Look at how easier this retake is as opposed to everybody coming from short from CT and you go into this crossfire. This following situation here, I need to say that this is really unlucky for FaZe and an insane move by George. Twist gets 2 frags. He's gonna molly. Look at George. He's in front of the Molotov. Frozen is about to smoke off tunnels. Doesn't expect him to be in front of the Molotov. Doesn't expect the possibility of him being able to be in front of the Molotov. And Sonic also kills Twist through his teammate. Now look at this. This is some crazy stuff. 3v3, they don't expect Dubs to be lurking from short. Carrigan gets flashed in, tries to do something before even Jacob is close. Dubs is lurking from city. Kills Brock in the back. 1v3 for Jacob. That's 5th round for NRG. Last round of the half, they try to do some aggro moves to get Twist stuck into lower. Frozen is alone on B. Honestly, I have to say he did everything properly here. They just look at this, they're going left and right. He has MP9, he's solo B. Rocky dies through smoke. Just want to see how unlucky for Brocky, but we have to give it to Sonic. This was a sick flick. And that's 6-6. Pistol round. This is some mad stuff by NRG. They push mid, they play ballsy. Rocky's gonna smoke off double door. He's gonna molly shot. FaZe also flashes mid to counter this. And look at the shot Sonic does. Let's see it again. Insane shots by Sonic. Insane. And you know, unfortunately, in these kind of situations, you cannot do much. Yeah, you can say, root in the head, boys. The game doesn't give to you, but it gives to Sonic. Once again, unlucky timing, this time for Twists. Look at how George peeks behind Molotov. There's 2 seconds gap maybe. As Molly is up, Twists get killed. Twist was doing the smoke, hinge smoke for mid. Comes back to see what's happening in long because CTs didn't do smoke for double door. This happens. On another side, Debs pushes B, overextends, dies to Jacob. Frozen gets Sonic unintentionally, I would say. That means shot is free because he saw one more guy. 1-for-1 trades, but it's a free side 3v1. This round here, NRG Eco, we need to watch this. This is absolute cinema. Bro pushes top mid all the way. NRG tries to fight for long heavy. Heavily. Bro is still top mid. Dubs is all the way pushed up long house. Carrigan and Jacob are coming from lower tunnels. They're not checking top mid. Nobody was aware of the possibility that Bro could be top mid, tucked in all the way. But look at this. George, insane 2 frags. On that timing, Bro also reacts and pushes. Kills Twist for free. Now it's on Frozen and Broky to salvage this. Rocky gets one. He goes all the way to B. Sonic gets killed. Frozen does his best to try and save those guns. But there's not much to be done. They open up B. And even this was a bit risky. Rocky almost died. Now look at this. Frozen pushes double door smoke. He doesn't see George on the left. Tries to go back to the smoke. Bro is there. He gets killed. Now Brocky hears dubs from tunnels. Probably presumes that NRG doesn't have a defuse kit. Kills dubs like this. And it's Bro versus Brocky 1v1. Full cinema. Full cinema. Luckily, there was no kit on NRG. But such a costly round for FaZe in the moment where they need to build economy. Again, previous round was NRG's eco. FaZe has long. Carrigan is gonna peek behind this molly. Almost catches Exotic. But I don't know how Frozen is not realizing that he can be picked. Let's see it from George's POV. There is molly. They pick even without flash. Sprays both. And another thing, not to take anything away from NRG. Props to them. But you see how ballsy they play. Probably because they're playing with a coach. And they think like we need something extra. We need to play ballsy. It's FaZe. Even if we had full lineup, we'd probably be underdogs. Let alone now with coach. Just have fun and try and hit your shots. If that makes sense. They take so many risks. Like for example, this situation here. 2 of them shot. Yeah, they know FaZe took long. It's probably max 1-2 guys there. But still the way, the fashion they pick after they were getting picked into shows they were ready to take those risks. And it paid off to them. Now the problem for FaZe is that A, they're low money, and B, probably where anti-shot comes in, knowing that whenever FaZe is shit by with Tech 9s and all of that, they'll try to hit B. They'll try to pop B. So you see how NRG is leaning towards B with 3 guys, and Dubs reads this situation really well. But this round is really impossible to win if CTs have this kind of setup. Unless if you one tap 2 guys instantly. Next round, Eco. Glocks. That's gonna be 11th for NRG. Now look at this. If your opponent is kind of reading you, and in force by rounds, Tech 9s, whatever it was, if they lean towards B, I don't want to act like a smartass, but now is the moment I would call for the same round, but full buy on B. Same B pop. They leave B completely. So again, plenty of risks taken by NRG in this game. Of course, Bro is now back on B because FaZe did lurk smoke. Even now, it's a good call. Let's just see how Bro is gonna kills one. Split B, yeah. So me and Carrier, we almost think alike. Just kidding, of course, but the idea was there. He probably guesses that they play a lot on stacks, trying to overload, trying to lean. This was a really, really nice call. But on the other hand, the following round, NRG opens the same, because FaZe didn't hit long, now they open 4 long again. Big battles, trades 4v4, Jacob and Broky on 50 HP each. On the other side, we have Bro, who's posted up with top on B. He tries to counter them as well. Misses the first one. The reinforcements come. 2 smoke blocks in the same time. What they're gonna decide to do. Top skills Carrigan. We're gonna see what happens there, but Exotic 2 frags, gets flashed in, 3rd frag. Oh, it was actually Dubs who pushed tunnels behind. Again, we have to give it to NRG. This game was a lot like chess. Moving, countering each other. Look at this. Carrigan is ready to flash above lower tunnels for Jacob. Sonic, who previously boosted Exotic up on the box, is staying anti-flash, so he is expecting that. Jacob unluckily doesn't kill Exotic, but Sonic is ready to pick on flash. Meanwhile on long, we're gonna have a really nice take where Twist is gonna break the smoke. Flash comes in. George wasn't flashed, but Twist wins that duel. And we have Carrigan lurking mid. Dubs, who doesn't really cover this angle. Carrigan 2 frags. And another really solid round for FaZe. Last round, I believe it was. I think they were ready to go on last tick of the Molotov. But they decided not to do it because Dubs smoked them off. Had they done it, Dubs was alone on B. Draw was on middle with top. He'd probably be late to cover him. But here we don't do buts, if, and maybes. Sonic does an interesting HE to Jacob. Kills him through the smoke. So many kills through the smoke for NRG in this game. And even Sonic decides to leave middle completely and to go back to A. As Jacob dies, Carrigan flashes off because there was no smoke in long. He expects the op there. But George is tucked into blue. Maybe Carrigan played too early there because look at this. Twist is blocked off by this smoking shot. That doesn't mean NRG has shot, yeah? They try to go mid. But Dubs is. Rocky also gets one. Twist doesn't hear Sonic that he jumped. Let me know what you think, guys, about the game. If I missed any of the details, perhaps. And yeah, maybe I could do the same for FaZe against NIP on Overpass. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.